Good afternoon to all of you. At the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Satyamurthy, the professor and head of the Department of Management Studies Department, for giving me this present duty of introducing today's speaker, dr.n.gopalakrishnan. Dr. Gopalakrishnan is a Vedic scholar basically, and also a senior scientist working in CSIR Trivandrum. He is also the honorary director of Indian Institute of Scientific Heritage, Trivandrum. He has got varied experiences and has dabbled in almost all the subjects under the sun, starting from chemistry, mathematics, physics, engineering, technology, astronomy, astrology, Ayurveda, environmental sciences. Have you left anything out, Dr. Gopalakrishnan? He has nearly 51 books to his credit, and he has toured not only all over the country, but he is a law professor, and he has given more than 1,000 popular lectures on our Indian heritage. Blended with the modern scientific approach, he is explaining the relevance and the subtle benefits of the age-old customs and rituals practiced in our culture. Dr. Gopalakrishnan is the only scientist to have been honored with a doctorate, a D.Litt in Sanskrit literature also. He is a senior scientist in the Regional Research Laboratory of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. Recipient of many awards, he has written books both on scientific and the cultural aspects of our country, and
respected faculty members and dear friends. Generally, the speaker used to be a little bit late, but here it so happened that the students became late. As far as the management faculty is concerned, it should not have happened, because you are the people, students coming up for managing many things, and first management lesson that you have to learn is managing yourself. Unless we know how to manage ourselves, we cannot manage others. Very, very important lesson. Consider me as one among you, not as a speaker or a guest or something like that. I only aim is to see that the glory of India, the name of India, the quality of India, and all positive aspect of India is brought to the light of the world. We should learn what we are, and we should take the inspiration from within us. Go ahead from that. Similarly, we Indians are almost 100% ignorant about our heritage. Now we started looking into it. One reason is that in America, UK, Germany, and many other European countries and Japan, they are patenting all our knowledge. I would like to inform you, they are patenting all our knowledge. You know, around 2000 April onwards, the universally prescribed textbook for MBA in Europe and America is Indian Approach to Management, written by Dr. All 64 universities, they have put Indian Approach to Management in their curriculum. Very, very important subject. But we do not know whether there is any Indian approach at all to management. We always look into the Western explanation of that. I would like to repeat the first sentence what I told you. Consider me as one among you, one among the brothers or the family members of this institute. That way only I would like you to look me and then go to the subject. Just before entering into the subject, I would like to say that you might have heard about the history or story of John Bata Shoe Company. You have heard that? He sent his 2 children. One person was sent to Africa. Another person was sent to India. John Bata, the shoe company owner proprietor from UK, sent one of his children to Africa and another fellow to India. They came here in Africa just to evaluate the market of the shoes, if they are producing the shoe in India or if they are producing the shoe in Africa. Both of them, they went to the respective places, they conducted the survey, and the fellow from Africa went to his father and gave the reports saying that in Africa nobody wears shoes, nobody uses the chappal of shoes. So even if we are producing chappal and shoes in Africa, it is of no use. The fellow who went from India, he went and gave the report to his father saying that in India nobody wears shoes, nobody has got a habit of using the chappal also. So if we are producing chappal and shoes in India, we can hold all the market in India. Everybody we can sell and we can make money. Even though the observation was the same, conclusion was different. So the first fellow said, nobody uses, so we need not produce. Second fellow said, nobody uses, so we have got an opening, full opening for that. We can start producing, we can start giving advertisement, we can start educating the people so that there is no competitor for us in India. So how you look at the matter, that is the most important part of the management. You might have learned so many theories, might have studied so many synopsis books, but if you are learning something like that in chemistry, it is all right. Physics, it is all right. Mathematics also all right. But in management, you have to manage different type of people. You have to management a different situation. You have to management a different group of people. You have to management different materials. You have to management a different type of season. Like this, you have to manage many things. So you cannot learn the management exclusively from textbook. You have to learn the management of managing first. That is the most important learning that you should have. That is the management of managing. Indian knowledge on the management is management of managing. You have ever heard about 5 or 6 management book in India? I am very sure that none of you might have heard about the management book. You have heard Chanakya Niti Saram? I am sure no. Viduropadesham, Bhishmopadesham, Bhartrhari's Niti Sadakam, Shukramiti Saram, Bhagavad Gita, Vasishtopadesham Yoga Vasishtam, and so on, of which maximum you might have heard the title Bhagavad Gita. Not more than that. I tell you, in your future, at least if any one of you would like to do the management in Bhishmopadesham, I assure you, you can get the PhD in 1 year if your professor is capable of guiding you. That it is also important. So in 228 printed pages in Sanskrit, Bhishma gives wholeheartedly in-depth Upadesha to manage every situation, written 3140 BC, not now. The qualification of the manager given, you just hear the qualification given by Bhishma. Udyamam, Sahasam, Dhairyam, Buddhi, Shakti, Parakramau, Shadede Yatra Vartande, Devam Tatra Prakasayet. 6 qualifications required for a manager. As I told you earlier, when John Madras sent his 2 children to 2 places, what is happening? What happened is that from the situation, they managed a conclusion and informed a positive result by one person, the other person informed a negative result. So how you are looking the situation? Udyamam, entrepreneurship, Sahasam, undertaking any challenge of the situation. Udyamam, Sahasam, Dhairyam, courage, Buddhi, wisdom, Shakti, muscle power, Parakramam, pushing nature. These are the 6 qualifications required for a manager to come out. And Bhishma said, where these 6 qualifications are there, Devam Tatra Prakasayet, the blessing of Almighty will be automatically there. So the blessings of the God, the omnipotent, omnipresent power is required. So entrepreneurship, it is known very well that for a manager it is required. Buddhi is required, courage is required, endurance, tolerance, Shakti is required. And Parakrama, whenever the situation, crisis comes, management of the crisis, it is very important. Then Bhartrahari's Niti Shataka tells you, if I am quoting some Sanskrit, more quotation will create problem for you. No problem. I will give the meaning also, because he informed me that I should not quote more Sanskrit. I am quoting Sanskrit only to inform you that I am not just saying something, but specifically putting how our people look into the subject. If you are not in a position to understand, raise your hand, I will repeat the same. Udyamenaiva siddhyandi karyani namanoradaihi nahi suptasya simhasya pravishanti mukhe mriga. If you have to achieve something in your life, remember that entrepreneurship is an inevitable constituent for that, inevitable component for that. The pushing nature. When you are looking as a manager, you should have the look of a manager. When you are saying that you are the director, you should have the look of a director. When you are a personal manager, you should have the knowledge of talking like a personal manager. If you don't have that, then how can we say that you are a manager? Anybody can sit in a chair for 6 months or 10 months or 1 year. After that, the managing committee decides that this fellow is not useful, then they will change you. And till then you are the personal manager. But a personal manager should have that caliber, quality, qualification, ability to handle the situation. Another thing, from where it comes, do you think we can learn all these things from the textbook? You can never learn all these things from the textbook. So, Udyamena eva by getting yourself inspired, that entrepreneurship quality should be built up within. Then go ahead. That is what is told. Then, whenever you are handling the management position in any company, I will tell you, whether it is government company or private company, you should have two qualifications. You should have two qualifications. Again told by Bhishmopadesha, Agratas Chaturo Veda, Prashtadas Sasaram Dhanu, Idam Brahmyam Idam Chatram, Shabadavi Sharadavi. If you can follow this stanza, I assure you that you will be successful in your life. There is no management advice beyond this. There is no management advice beyond this. Agradas Chaturo Veda. You are the personified symbolic representation of the knowledge of the subject that you are handling. You are the master in your subject. Suppose you are handling the personnel in your office. You know their name. You know their method of talking. You know their behavior. You know how they will get excited. You know how they will get irritated. So you know everything about the pupil that you know you have to handle. Then only you are becoming the personal manager. If you are a materials manager, you know the quality and the quantity and the price and the production and the transmit and the utilization of material. Everything should be in your fingertips. That is what we call material manager. And financial manager, you should know what is the income. You should know what is the outgoing. These are all not advice which is told in our books, but practically it is mentioned. Every bit of that. Agradas Chaturo Veda. You know every bit of what you are handling. Prashtada Sasaram Dhanu. Prepared for any type of severe action from your side. Wherever the power of knowledge is to be used, you use the power of knowledge. Wherever the muscle power is to be used, use the muscle power. Is it not management? Is it not American management? Wherever the power of knowledge is to be used, idam brahmyam, idam chatram, shabadavi, sharadavi. Meaning clear? Power of knowledge, shabadavi, sharadavi, power of arrow, muscle power. So, you can see that the last word of management, it is mentioned like this, hundreds and thousands of wordings are available. I have prepared one book, Bhartrhari's Upadesha Chataka, 100 advice given for managers, of which 56 advice are appropriate for 21st century. That book will be available after half an hour here. So you just go through that and compare your modern management book. See how in 56 lines ancient Indian could give you the message of the management. Something wonderful. And Shukra Nitisara, if you are doing that, all aspect connected with the worker is given. The traveling elements, I am giving a difference. TA, the DA, 2 days leave on the week, paid leave, casual leave, maternity leave, and all other things. Specifically, as it is done now, it is explained in the book written during 200 BC. Unfortunately, we Indians do not know about Sukraditi-sara, but others know it. I am not telling that from a bookish knowledge. I was in US, I was in Michigan University working as a visiting scientist. I was in University of Alberta, Canada. I have seen that they are looking for Indian knowledge. As an ordinary man, I was invited for Wednesday lecture Wednesday lecture used to be, a position used to be given only for those who are nominated for Nobel Prize or those who got Nobel Prize, not others. Those who have got the worthiness of nominating as Nobel orator. So I was given, but I was told that you have got so many international awards in biochemistry, but nothing makes us excited. You talk only Indian heritage. If you can talk Indian heritage, you can give Wednesday lecture. None of the modern science you talk. I got shocked. The University of Alberta telling me to talk about Indian heritage, where every bit of the research is done on modern science. But they wanted it. They gave maximum publicity. The Wednesday lecture is important mainly because 1 hour lecture you are giving, honorarium is $2,000. It's not a small amount. 1 hour lecture, $2,000. And if you are coming from abroad, your flight charge also they will meet. So that much respectful, prestigious. So they are looking for us. That greatness we can see in our management book. In fact, what is Indian approach to management? I give you few quotations. Without Sanskrit, if I tell Indian approach to management, it will be just like a copra without oil. You know? Is that meaning clear? Without Sanskrit quotation, if I tell you management approach to India, that does not mean anything. So the word they have told you, why you are managing the things. Reason according to Indian management, everyone is expected to do their work. Not for success. It will be automatically coming and going. But you should aim at success. Not for money alone. Not for position alone. Not for enjoyment alone. But beyond that, everybody is expected to do some work. So that fellow is doing that work, keeping the dharmic mulya, the value of dharma, to the top. So in Indian approach to management, we consider that universally every human being and every non-human being, animals, plants, everyone is expected to do the work. So we are doing our work. And when I am working as a professor, I keep the dharma of the professor. That's the Indian approach. I keep the dharma of the professor. What is the dharma of professor? Achinoti cha shastrarthan shishyan sadhayate sudhi swayam acharati chaiva saha acharya iti smrata. As a serious professor, every bit of the knowledge that I am transferring to you, I am not talking about me, I am talking about the management profession. So, as a serious manager or professor, whatever I teach, I should learn it thoroughly. It should go deep into the core of my mind and brain, analyze it scientifically, inform it scientifically, after myself following that. If one of the professors comes here and say, you should keep your time. If 2 o'clock is the lecture, everybody should come at 2 o'clock. Suppose the professor himself comes at 2:20, then that word goes out of the way. People cannot be built upon that out of way words. So words are very important. Deeds are very important. Thoughts are very important. Approach is very important. 4 things. First thing, yourself, your body is important for management. Second thing, your mind is important. Third thing, your words are important. Fourth thing, your work is important. 4, yourself, your mind, your words, your work. Is the 4 are part of Indian explanation. One more is there in Indian explanation, which we say Panja Shuddhi. For a manager, he should have first himself as the person, look of a manager, appearance of a manager, approach of a manager, analytical capability of a manager, and all-round personality of a manager. That is what we call Shariram, Sharira Shuddhi. Second one, mild, smiling face, smiling approach, pleasant way of presenting the things, and everything. Mentally you are stabilized. In managing every situation, your mind is important. After taking MBA and you are going as a trainee, everybody will be watching you how you are handling the situation. And psychological analysis is very, very important. When you are told to solve one problem, halfway that fellow will tell to solve another problem. When that reaches halfway, he will tell another problem. About 5-6 problems will be given to you and you will be asked to solve that. What naturally will happen? You will get nervous. Simply you will get nervous. The other fellow, the psychologist, will be watching you. How much extent you will be becoming nervous, no? He will be going on. So mental stability. The moment you become nervous, your cholesterol will increase. Your BP will increase. Your heartbeat will increase. And your heart will become a burden for yourself. So, one thing, a managerial look for you. Second thing, a mental stability, stabilized mind for handling the thing. And then words everywhere. I would like to stress to say this one. Now, at higher level, outside India, if you are given an appointment as a lecturer or professor, 2 professors will come and conduct the interview after the written test, and they will ask you so many questions. 2 professors. After that, they will be very jolly. They will say, you will be here in this university for 30 days. You are walking, you are eating, you are talking, your behavior, your facial expression, your dress, your neatness, everything will be watched for 30 days. I am sure many of you will be doing that. And for the 30 days you are under interview, not for 1 hour, 2 hours. Generally what is happening here? That fellow will be called, he will be sitting there. If somebody is there to recommend you, our minister or MLA or MP or somebody is there, already you are inside the college or inside the university. But there it cannot be possible. If you are given the position of a manager, for 1 month you are put under analysis, how you talk, how you behave, how you eat food. So what I just wanted to convey you, that world over people are changing. Even about few months back when I came here, the Madras municipality was, the corporation was cleaned by local people. Yesterday I came to know that Madras corporation is cleaned by Singapore people. The total cleaning is given to Singapore contract. So situation is changing. Like that, when you are going for a management interview, every bit of us, every bit of you, that will be under analysis. So your psychology will be analyzed. Your words will be analyzed. Vak Shuddhi is very important. Sharira Shuddhi, Manas Shuddhi, Vak Shuddhi, word. Every word how you are talking. Even now it is so happening that your shake hand will be analyzed. I am not exaggerating. I am telling you literally this is what happened. And in University of Alberta, I reached Edmonton at 11:40. Outside temperature is -40 degree. And my professor received me. I gave a very loose shake hand. My professor said, Gopalakrishnan, Dr. Gopal, you should be very active here. And I asked him, what made you to tell this, sir? He said, your shake hand. Because I gave a loose shake hand. When you are giving shake hand, it should be rigid. So, even shake hand is analyzed. That is the world now. So, every word uttered by you, every thought that makes you positive and negative, your facial expression. Because remember that many managers will be there in the interview board as well as among the candidates, but they always look for the best manager. They never look for somebody to sit in the chair of a manager. They want to see that if they spend 10,000 rupees, they get back 1 lakh rupees. If somebody else is there who can give back 1.1 lakh rupee back, they will appoint the other person only. And remember, our look, our thought, our word, our action, this is very important. Anytime, anywhere you go, purity of action, karma shuddhi, that is very, very important. That is what you have to give to others. What you have for yourself. Dukkeshu anudvignamana, sukheshu vigataspreha. Suppose you are getting a shock, mental shock, you are getting depressed, don't show it outside. Try to digest the shock by yourself. When dukkha comes, anudvignamana, don't get disturbed, don't get perturbed. Always remember that dukkha is not permanent. Sukha is also not permanent. Happiness is not permanent. Unhappiness is also not permanent. It will come, it will go. Philosophical way of looking into the pluses and the minuses. Very important in Indian approach. Pitaraga vayakrodha stitadhir munirachyade. Over passion, you may jump into problem. Should not have over passion. Over attachment, avoid it. I don't know how you are taking my words. Over attachment may lead you to trouble. Over fear, it may lead. Over anger, it will also lead you to trouble. Vidaraga bhaya krodha. Bhaya, krodha, raga. These 3 qualifications. Bring it down. I will say negative qualities. Should not have over-attachment. Go on doing things as a mission-oriented work. If you are sticking somewhere, then it is problem for you. And hato va prapsyati swargam jitva va bhuksyate mahim. Jump into any situation. Take that courage. Do it. Tell your mind. If you are failing, get the satisfaction that you have done your duty. If you are successful, enjoy the fruit of the work. This is a philosophical approach. Hato va prapsyati swargam. While doing your work devoted way, you may be a failure. We cannot assure that every action of a manager is successful, positive. Sometimes you will get satisfaction. Sometimes you will get satisfaction. Sometimes satisfaction, sometimes satisfaction. So, try to cope up with the situation. So that philosophical approach, it will help you a lot. Swadharmam, most important. As a manager, what you have to do it. Try to develop that knowledge. When you are a materials manager, A to Z of material management, financial manager, A to Z of financial management, personal manager, A to Z of personal management. Handle it the situation in such a way that you may have to handle a politician. Handle politician boldly. You may have to handle an IAS fellow. See that you are handling them courageously. This is the Upadesha given by Bhishma to Dharmaputra when he asked the question, how to rule Hastinapura? Handle the situation. So in India, you can see that variety of Upadesha, which are all written in two stanzas, lines. That is important. You can remember it always. And wherever you go, tell your mind that nothing is permanent. Tell your mind that you are also not permanent. That's the most important thing. Some people I have seen, they They go on crying, sir, I was eligible for the professorship in that university, but some politicians pulled me down. The politician pulled him up. That is why I did not get professorship. Too much worry about it. Why I am saying? So many alternatives are there. If you are worrying, neither you will work, nor you will get happiness. Push ahead and go ahead. You can see that both happiness and unhappiness will be there in the life. Adjust it. Always remember that if there is a hot sun, then only shade is enjoyable. If there is no hot sun, what is the use of standing under a tree? You will not stand there. Remember that negatives are part of the life. Unless Kamsa would have been there, if Kamsa would not have been there, Lord Krishna would not have come. If Ravana would not have been there, Sri Rama would not have come. So negatives are required in the life for you and for me. But take it as a challenge and go ahead. India is the country which can guide the whole world. Now you know, last year the biggest Japanese company who manufactures shoes went on strike for 40 days. I repeat that sentence. The biggest shoes manufacturing company of Japan went on strike. How they went on strike, you know? You might have heard that story. They produced only left leg shoe, not right leg shoe. So they never stopped the production. 40 days, the management could not sell the shoes. 40th day, strike was withdrawn. Production started. Immediately they could sell the shoes because they started producing right leg shoes. So nothing destructive should come from us. I only would like to remind you, without extending, if some question is coming from that side, I can answer. Otherwise, from your face, only thing what I can guess at present is that you are not sleeping. What I can guess, you are not looking to the watch. But I can guess you are not yawning also. Whether you are taking the spirit or not, that I am not getting from your face. So, after this lecture, if you are asking some questions, equal and concept, I think I can tell. If I cannot tell, I will search the literature and tell you. So, India is one of the greatest nations. World over people are looking now to India. And this I am not telling again, I am repeating the statement, not from bookish knowledge. 64% of Americans are now doing Yogacharya in all multinational companies. In India, only 2% of people are doing Yogacharya. They are taking the Yogacharya. America is going towards Ayurvedic medicine. America is following Surya Namaskar as the best Yogacharya. America is following through many of the Indian concept of vegetarian food and management. Germany is also following that. And variety of Indian informations. You can see majority of American cancer hospital, Veda mantra chanting through the cassettes are played. Veda mantra, reason is simple. The research carried out in Cleveland University proves that the neuro-linguistic effect of the mantras can give terrible sedative effect, positive effect. The pain that's suffered by a cancer patient can be decreased, reduced significantly by the neuro-linguistic effect of mantras. They are following that. Bhagavad Gita is becoming the path of the management there. And you can see world over people are, again I repeat the word, looking to India. Indian knowledge is taken